Good morning to everybody. Today we are going to discuss about cell membrane structure and its function. The name plasma membrane was discovered by Shivan in the year of 1838. The name cell membrane was coined by Langley and Cramer in the year of 1855. The name of plasma lemma was coined by Blow in the year of 1931. Plasma membrane consists of lipid nearly 20 to 40%, proteins 59 to 75%, and carbohydrate 1 to 5%. Important lipids of the membrane is phospholipids, more than 100 types, steroids, glycolipids, and sphingolipids. The most accepted model for the structure of membrane is fluid mosaic model. It was first proposed by Schinger and Nicholson in the year of 1972. According to the fluid mosaic model, the plasma membrane is a mosaic of components primarily composed of phospholipids, cholesterol, and proteins that move freely in the plane of the membrane. The principal components of the plasma membranes are lipids, example phospholipids and cholesterol, secondly proteins, and finally carbohydrates. This carbohydrate either attached to some of the lipids and proteins. So this is the structure of plasma membrane. Here three major components will be located on the plasma membrane, especially phospholipids, proteins, and carbohydrates. Firstly, we discuss about how that phospholipids are arranged in the fluid mosaic model. A phospholipid is a lipid made up of glycerol, two fatty acid chain, and containing phosphate head group. Biological membranes usually involve two layers of phospholipids with their tails pointing inward. An arrangement is called a phospholipid bilayer. Cholesterol is another lipid composed of 4 fused carbon rings, is found along with phospholipids in the core of the membrane. Carbohydrate groups are present only on the outer surface of the plasma membrane. They were attached to protein forming glycoproteins, or they were attached with lipids called glycolipids. Phospholipids arranged in a bilayer make up the basic fabric of the plasma membrane. They are well suited for this role because they are amphiphilic in nature. The hydrophilic or water-loving portion of the phospholipid is its head, which contains a negatively charged phosphate group as well as an additional small group which may also or be charged or polar in nature. The hydrophilic heads of phospholipids in a membrane bilayer face outward, contacting the aqueous fluid both inside and outside of the cell. The water is a polar molecule, is readily forms electrostatic interactions with the phospholipids heads. The hydrophobic part of the phospholipid consists of long, non-polar fatty acid tails. The fatty acid tails can easily interact with other nonpolar molecules, but they interact poorly with water. The phospholipid bilayer formed by these interactions makes a good barrier between the interior and exterior of the cells, because water and other polar or charged substance which cannot easily cross the hydrophobic core of the membrane. Second, we can see how proteins are located in the fluid mosaic model. Proteins are the second major component of the fluid mosaic model membranes. There are two main types. One is integral proteins, another one is peripheral proteins. The portion of an integral membrane protein found inside of the membrane, they are hydrophobic in nature, while those that are exposed to the cytoplasm or extracellular fluid tend to be hydrophilic in nature. Some integral membrane proteins form a channels that allows ions or other small molecules which to pass. The peripheral membrane proteins are found on the outside and the inside surface of membranes, which attach either to integral proteins or to phospholipids. Finally, we can see how the carbohydrates are arranged in the fluid mosaic model. Carbohydrates are the third major component of plasma membranes. In general, they are found on the outside surface of the cells and are bound either to proteins, they are called glycoproteins, or attached to lipids, they are called glycolipids. These carbohydrate chains may consist of 2 to 60 monosaccharides units and can either be straight or branched in nature. Along with the membrane proteins, the carbohydrates that allows the cells to recognize the other molecules in the plasma membrane. The two major important functions of these glycoproteins are they help in movement of molecules of substances across the membrane, and finally they help in different enzymatic activities of the membrane. Thank you.